Hey, how you doing, Aquarius? This is going to be another reading for you all. So, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to check your star signs in your birth chart to see which ones resonate with your circumstances, situation, and things as the readings come through. And yeah, don't forget to comment and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And let's get into this reading, shall we? So, what's going on with Aquarius? Aquarius says, thank you. Oh, I feel like you or someone here is ready to push someone down, or kind of like, I don't know if this is like physically or if this is more so mentally, but it's saying that someone isn't smart today to get the other person in trouble. Okay, almost like someone was going to get someone into trouble. And it doesn't have to be like serious, it could be playful. That's what I'm picking up as well. Like for some of you guys that are being a bit playful. But it does say you have minded your manners today. Ideally, some of you may feel like someone's minding their manners today, not speaking about things a lot or making you feel like you should be bothered. Doesn't want to hear the problem is what either mind game is saying in the idea of this, Aquarius. It does say it's like ether is trying to tell you to behave, Aquarius. Don't speak about things unless you understand it completely. And it says nothing should bother you more than that. Ideally, I wouldn't want to hear you're in trouble with me. God is saying, you know what? You could be in trouble anywhere in life with anyone. But stop being mad at it. Sometimes people will put people under their thumb or make trouble with them, or certainly make them feel like their news is going to come out purposely to warn them of greater things. Meanwhile, you have to help. Stop making people feel like you can't help them. Okay? So it's like God is trying to say you are stagnating certain people. You're stagnating certain people, Aquarius. You're supposed to help wherever deemed necessary sometimes, Where's the humanitarian spirit in you to help certain people strive or push forward with certain things? It's like life is not always about you, Aquarius. But it does say you demonize your mindset to be that way at times when you're bored or you don't want to see that good news is coming to others. Sometimes because you want to see that it's going to be tough for them to get past you. Ideally, it's not going to be easy to get past you at times when you're bored or you feel like you don't want to help out. You don't want to give no one any time of yours to help. It says nothing's set in stone, but people will pick on you for this if you're not careful. Ideally, they see you for who you are. If you're not warning yourself to give yourself something, then it's not going to be you to have good news either, because they have to help you sometimes. And they're warning you, if you don't help them, then you're not going to get help. So you've got to help them. Oh, goodness me. So, it's like trying to be more fair. More give and receive, more give and take is needed, i.e., Libra energy is necessary. As an air sign, you sometimes have to look at your fellow air signs and think, all right, is there something that I need to improve or take or give from the situation in regards to how I see things through my fellow, my fellow star signs around me, or the different ones that could help me, change or even learn something, you know. And no one's saying you have to completely be like another person, but sometimes we need to get ideas from other people to help us move forward in better ways. That's all. We always want to learn something new in life. We are beings that are put here to learn from each other and to learn from situations, to strive to the next phase of our lives, or to continue on our journey, on our life paths, or to gain more wisdom, knowledge, and even self-respect or the respect of others to help us continue on those journeys. It does say that you need to understand who you are and stop teasing yourself as a brilliant mindset. You've got good news with your hair, your nails, your skin, and always your clothes. It says your clothes does really look good on you. Like sometimes you look at yourself like, I look good. I really do like myself and my ideas and where I'm going today. I look good. So you could be going out and stushing up and looking really good. You dress well. Shoes, hair, clothes, jewelry, nails, all of that. Nice looking outfits. Okay. And then it says, whether you like me or not, I'm here. Hello, I'm doing well today. How are you? Something you said to someone doesn't sit well with them, but they warn themselves, are you there to see me? Can you greet me and can you be there for me? I want to see you. It does say you know you are the person that wants to greet someone and say hello, are you there? I want to know if you're there today. So you could be visiting someone today, wanting to see if they're there, or just wanting to get someone's attention wherever it is. It could be online, it could be, thoughts in your head, wondering if another person's thinking about you so that you could call each other, speak to each other, maybe even speaking to the person on the phone, or waiting for someone and trying to figure out if they're gonna get back to you about something, like saying hello, what's going on, are you there? It says something here is going to bother you in the next week or two. Just as you thought things would change, it's not going to change. Ideally, you have to give yourself self-respect and time to speak about it. Are you there? Are you going to speak to me about what happened to you? Did you get through to me in your mind? Are you there? I want to see what happened to you in your mind about it. Did you get through? Did you hear me when I said I needed some support? I need support too. So when you need me, I know that you're there. But I will feel like you've got good news in your mind today to stay away from me, or give myself time to think, did you get good news, or did you think I was going to help you all the time? I feel like you was always going to leave me to wonder, am I going to come and help you? But it says, I know I helped you a lot, so I'm going to give you time to think about why you needed my help today, and give myself good news at another day off in my head, and have good news another day with something you said to me, if you're going to give me more time to look at me and see if I'm there. Okay. Well, so it sees another day of good news coming into you with a man that doesn't want to speak, but he wonders, do you like him? It says he doesn't know how to speak to you, but he's wondering, do you like him? So there's a man that's wondering, do you like him, Aquarius? And it says no one's going to bother you more than this after that, as this man feels like you will have time to wonder if he does like you enough to stay, and wonder if you like him, because he's timing you to say you like him. It doesn't say that you need to speak about it, but he does wonder if you like him though. Okay. It doesn't say why you have to give up everything that you're doing to work on me. I know that I'm looking after myself very well, and I don't want to give up on you. This could be a mother figure, a friend, or someone that's waiting for you in some type of way. There's even a man here that doesn't know how to stop what he's doing for you. Says he sees that you do things and you have to laugh at yourself sometimes, that it's not going to work out for you. Or maybe you do look at yourself like it's working just fine, I just don't need people in my mind at all when I'm busy. And it says that at this time you don't want to be disturbed, or you're warring with yourself at times to make sure you have time for your mind and not others all the time, because you'll be generally giving away all your time to this man that takes your time and attention very much so often. Says he doesn't want to see it in that way, but he does look at you all the time and talks about you all the time, and mainly because he's in love with his mindset, and mainly because he likes making fun of you. But he warns himself, don't make fun of her, she's very much busy, or she's in her mind about things she's doing. Then she realized she's in love with herself. does say that she loves herself so much to the point she doesn't even need a man. Or at times she does need a man, she just doesn't want to know that he's the man for her. Absolutely never ending problem. It says this man feels like he's in love with her, but he can't say anything. He feels like he likes her enough to stay away because he warns himself, if she doesn't like me, then I'm not going to speak about it. I won't want to know that I'm ugly. Or I don't want to know that I'm not looking like someone that's going to be smitten in her head. Like, she's got to like me. I like to know things are going to work out just well in my head, is what he says. But he's studying you, and he's saying warning signs are there for me to see. I don't want to be told I don't like you. If I have to say it because I want to say you don't like me, in my head I'm saying this, and then I'll warn myself to say I don't like you. It's almost a bit manipulative, is what I'm picking up. It's like, well, I don't want you to know that I like you too much in case you turn around and say you don't really like me, and then I have to turn around and switch it up on you and say I don't like you. You know, confusing.com. Okay. I think it's a thing where he just probably doesn't want to get rejected in some way. Just want to feel rejected by you, Aquarius. So he's moving on, but he's lying to himself about things he said. He says, I don't want to see you again, and I don't want to hear from you, but I wonder, could you hear me say that to you? All right. So let's see what else is going on, Aquarius. It says single females right now are feeling bad moods and don't know how to study their mental health. It says, I know I want to see you again, my lover. I want to see you again. I know that you want to see me. Where are you? This could be from your husband, or it could be someone else. It says it's not going to be you that understands everything, but the warning signs are there for you to see. I am practicing what I say to my mind, and I like it. I like saying things to my mind. If he hears me, he hears me, because he knows he looks at things in his ways of doing things too. He likes listening to me in the way I talk to him, and he hears me in my mind sometimes when I'm talking about him. He doesn't like me looking at him all the time, because I said I can see things too. I hear things, and at times I understand things through my memory or through my messages from God spiritually. I hear things. 70-year-old person doesn't want to hear that she's got karma coming with you because she believes that she's got problems. There is a demon spirit that's listening out for someone here and doesn't know how to stop picking on the person. It says, I see that I'm going to kick off soon. I won't want to hear that you look at me and see that I'm there. I know that you know I am spirit and I'm there. I know that I'm doing this with an evil man that's brought me into the situation to be there. I like this though. Won't want to hear that I'm dealing with you and I can't come to you and tell you what's going on. It says this man has been trying to warn you that he's putting spells on you for years. Have you not seen that he's targeting you? Many thanks to you, you may believe that it's going to happen to you or around you. But it does say around you because someone says you have tried to warn yourself not to panic. But this man is doing spells on you or on your children. And family members are doing it too. Mainly because you see yourself doing the spells with him. And it does say you know you're doing the spells as you called him to punish him in his mind if he doesn't get the spells right. And he warns himself, don't speak to me. You will get punished if you don't listen to what I say. You will get punished is what she says. Ideally, you will get punished by Aquarius. It does say Aquarius, you begin to see that he knows nothing about what you've said, and he hates the way you say things anyway. You ask for things and he warns himself not to give it to you directly the way you've asked, but you warn yourself to ask him more about the situation and give him more time, energy and money to help the situation too. You've warned yourself many times over, you've given him way too much more money than you've even acquired. Maybe because you've had to wait for payments to come to pay him off. Maybe because you've even seen that you don't have enough money to feed yourself, or maybe even your family. Sometimes you don't even go with good karma in your head about your bills. Things that you've tried to warn yourself, I will pay, and then not pay because I've got to owe him money. Then I realize I've got to pay him money so much to the point I am nasty to my own well-being. I've given myself way too much time with his rituals and his spells and never gave any time to me to laugh at myself. I'm going to warn myself though, I need to stop putting my name down in his book, or maybe even in his church, or maybe even in his pastoral activities. It does say you know what he does in his pastoral activities. Nothing like what they do in a church that's normal. And you realize he's not a normal priest. He's a high priest or a very bad man, warlock, a very wizard type of man that you believe he has karma in his mindset to have bad news. And he's got good news too, but he doesn't help you much with the good, mostly the bad. You realize that he's harmed you and family members, and he does this ongoing, sometimes daily, ritual in his mind, day and night, to harm your family. But he keeps harming a friend around you too. And it does say this woman says she studied this man so much to the point she's tired of him. She looks at him like, I've got bad moods. I'm going to warn myself, I'm not going to speak to him, but I hate it. I've killed my mind off of you now. Don't want to hear that I've got good news. Mr. and Mrs. Warnot. Warnot does say Warnot because she can't pronounce the warlock energy. In her mind, she says, I do know that I can feel it, but you're warring with me. You're dealing with me like I'm a demon or I'm harmed. And I feel like someone's pushing me and harming me daily. I feel it constantly. Wondering if you feel it too. It's her family members saying, do you know there's family members in her life that will harm you or even tell you off if you ask them questions? Maybe even ask them questions like, have they gone through the same thing? It will warn you not to speak about it. As this woman says, I don't want to talk to you about my business. And it does say one of the children in her family are dealing with problems too. Which one is it? It says the child that is the youngest may not be the one, but the child that's the oldest is feeling the wrath more than any one of them, as the witchcraft is dealing with her so much to the point she feels detrimental health problems and panic attacks and warning signs of death. Said, you do know that it's a problem for me. I know a lot more about it than you. And it doesn't say that you know a lot about it more than them. Even though Aquarius says, I do know a lot about it more than you, it doesn't say that she tells you up front in your mind that she does. She may believe that she's going to laugh at you and make fun of you. And it does say, I know this because I've witnessed this. I'm Sagittarius at times. I feel like I've got to speak about who I am. And I'm warning myself, if you ever see me as a Scorpio, you're dead. You're dead. And I don't want to hear that I'm going to deal with you in your mindset about it. I've got to kick off in my head and tell you that I'm not a demon spirit like you. I'm very much so an evil woman in my mind, and I'm going to play along with this. This woman says she sees witchcraft as a player hunt. Like, I've got to play with you and hunt you down. Witchcraft is always going to be something I did in my hometown. Margaret is something that says a lot of things about the situation. There is a woman called Margaret, and there's a woman called Carol, and there's a woman called Silence. In her mind, she says, I want to be silent. I don't want people to hear who I am. This woman keeps coming to you and speaking about things and doesn't want to talk to you directly, but she talks to you about friends and even family and maybe even people in her past life, and she doesn't know how to stop. As she's riddling her mind with jokes right now, she continues to bruise her ego with people and laughs at them. She doesn't want to hear that she's got good news, and she warns herself, if you target me and my family, I'm going to harm you, as they are mine. And she does really, really feel like problems are coming to her as people keep laughing at her, making her believe that she has to lie. As she says, people are her family. Who is her family but her friends? Says she's lying as she wants to know they're her family and keeps targeting them for war and making them harm themselves or feel harmed in their head or hurts them. She keeps targeting them with ritual spells and warns herself to stop picking on you as she sees fit, because you now are a Scorpio, or you may feel like you are a laughing woman that comes to the channel and speaks about her. So suddenly she realized she's got to flee off in her mind about it and start targeting someone else, as the demons are spirits in her veins and in her blood trying to warn her stop targeting her mind. her marriage and her love life. People pick on her and say that she's got obia inside her, or the demon is there with her. She's got God on her side, is what she feels like, but it is rituals with the demons. And even when Satan says, I don't want to be a part of it, she's ghosted the mindset of God's and joined Satan's rank as she spills off negative mental health and warns herself not to have good news with the spells, because she laughs at them, makes fun of them, and says they don't work, but they really harm her head as she travels back and forth in her mind to harm people, even you. It says this woman keeps targeting you. You are the one that she wants, and she keeps laughing and making fun of you, but she's warned not to speak to you as karma's come into her mind today. She will begin to harm herself and laugh at you. And many thanks to you, you've warned yourself not to speak to her, but you're coming out of the situation where you needed to speak to her in the time frame that you was going to speak and not speak. You've got to move on, as she sees herself laughing at everyone, targeting your friends, your family members, and people around you, your kids even, and your family members. And it does say you all are trying to harm each other. In her eyes, she does know she's coming for you all, and she's ready to do it again, but she's got to warn herself, stop doing this, because it's going to harm her first, or it's going to harm her first child, or it's going to harm her youngest, and it's going to harm her family and her friends. And she knows it hurts. It fills up her mind with problems and lets her know that she needs to stop. So she's going to stop, but she's going to stop when she's laughing at herself in the grave. And that's the only time it stops. It's not going to stop until she's dead. But the thing is, she will stop before then if she asks them to stop putting spells down for her, because she's married to a man that puts spells down for her, and he warns her these are not easy spells. They will kill her or her family if she's not careful. She doesn't care, but she warns herself, stop picking on her mind, because she needs to start looking at her mind in a way that she's good and can't think of it in a good way. And it doesn't help at all, because she doesn't absolutely love anyone in her family and can't find a way to do so, and warns herself to stop picking at herself because she's not giving herself good news. And she warns herself, stop giving herself good news, because she's not trying to give herself good news. And the demon spirits are telling her, give yourself good news and clap. Make sure you lie down and make love to yourself at times and see if you only love yourself. But it doesn't work. She knows it doesn't work because it's not what she wants in her spirit. Her guides are telling her off and making her feel like fun-making energy is there for her to pick on her family instead, making her laugh at them. But the demon is with her now, and it's going to cause her headache and trial and error over her family today. But she's got to pick on them and move past it, or maybe even say she needs time to move on and stop picking on them. As she does this, she's going to believe that she has good news. She wants herself to start speaking and start speaking about God. Maybe even laughs at her job searches, and maybe even stops laughing at her family's job searches. She tries to look for more mind games to play herself, with her family telling her she needs more time in her mind to make money. Even her man says she needs money, and she doesn't know how to make money like his mindset would want. So she's got to have karma, and she's very, very mad at herself for all the good things that she wanted for her family and never could reach the highest heights of really reaching it, as she's told herself her family members could have gone there for her. And she told herself this because she knows it's true. She just didn't want them to have good news, and she warred with them for the rest of their life, including now, to have bad news. She keeps doing it, and she wonders why it never works that she's got good news, because she's a warlock. Her spirit told her off that her gran could have put the spell on her, or maybe even people in her family. But the truth is, it's her mental health and the struggles in her believe that other people are doing her harm. And it's never that, it's always her. She's a warlock in her spirit. Her dark evil spirit is it is solidified by bad karma, and it has only bad news about the host in her now, governing her to say, I want you and I'm keeping you there to see you are never good to yourself, never good to yourself, and never good to your family. You always gonna be negative. You spit fire on her, and she will come out and say she never thought about it in that way. She wonders why she spat fire on you, all you people that look at her. Even the tarot readings that come out of this platform to help her in her mindset will be there right now It says she knows this because she sees who and who is doing what and where it's going and why it's harming her. She doesn't want to hear where it's going and she doesn't care, but she realized she's got to move on and justify the laughing matters in her mind about justice. People picking on her in her mind about her friends. Every day now she wonders, does she have friends, family members, or even people that could come out of the woodworks if she's not crime related, because she does want to be. She wants to be in trouble so bad that she doesn't know how to get herself there, but she witnessed her family going through it. So she wonders if she could have the same thing but can't get it. Then she wonders, can I get more of these problems with my family members, my child, my children, and don't know how to get it? She's burdened by stress and goes through dark mental health problems and needs support in her brain to tell herself to have good news, but she can't get it in the way that she wants, so she picks on people instead. Then she realized family have tried so much with her but doesn't really care about them and doesn't want to hear that she's got good news. So she's got to move on and see if she's got warlock energy to give her mind to tidy it and figure out how she can give herself good news overall in her sentimental values. As a singing mind, a ha moment, she says, I'm a hummingbird. Or maybe I will be something else. I've seen many things in my life that I could say I am this or I'm that. I laugh at people and I make fun of them, but I realize I'm just me. I've got to move on and I've got to trial and error my situation and see if I can become someone's best friend. I realize I'm not good at being friends and I'm not good at being anything. I'm very troubled by my mental health and I need to sort it out, but can't figure it out. And she needs to warn herself to stop smoking weed because it's not helping. As she smokes and smokes and smokes, she smokes and smokes and smokes and smokes and never stops smoking, and then sees where it's going in her mind as death or punishment or hell. Doesn't give herself good news, but she wants herself stop speaking about it. She will be there in her mind to target herself, but it's going to happen that she moves on and leaves people alone in the next week or two, or else trouble is going to come to her. Fact of life is coming to deal with her in the detrimental mental health department and warns her that she will be going down. She'll be seen in her mind as a mental health warning to go home and study it there, but she can't come out of it in her mind at home. She's got to go somewhere where the mental health can deal with her brain, and that's where people are picking on this to happen, as she needs mental health studies or needs to see her mind is made up to go there herself, but she can't go there. She says, I'm wondering, can I get the help I need? I realize I can't get it without a friend pushing me or tugging me to go there. I won't wanna I won't want to go there in a way where I know that I want to go there. So like really want to, like really want to go there. Says I don't want to go there. I know that I need help. I'm not going, and I'm not going to get my head seen to, as feelings will come out and tell me that I'm going to target them again. I feel like I can come to you and be mad and harm you, and that's all she sees is harm. Can't trust anybody, she says. She doesn't know how to trust no one, and she will never. She'll have to see herself in a detrimental way and die out, and then see that problems will never be there again for anyone else. And the problem is she can't see it like that because she'll harm them again in spirit. But she feels like her problems are never ending, and she's targeted as a warlock, a bad mood woman, and a very negative spirit. Bloody hell. Now, Aquarius, you could have someone like this around you, or there's someone looking in at Aquarius with this type of energy. Okay, it's a lot. And it does say a man here sent her mind crazy one day, and he never even done this. It's just she's happy to see that she is spiritually connected as a woman of God. Never. And she always lied and says, I'm a woman of God, but realizing that she's always talking about it but never really acts upon it. She is a liar, and she does see that she is just a spirit of incubus, succubus energy, and likes to suck on people, and even physically wants to know that their stale mentality of hers, which is, I know I used to be this way but I'm not, is still in her. Like, I know that you used to be a hoe. A very bad mood warning sign of adult energy in your head. Like you was a warlock about it. You was trying to continue to be a hoe, and you never wanted to be that anymore. So I came and I told you that I am the hoe that you wanted to be and you never stayed. She says, I know I am that type of energy. I'm dealing with this spirit right now. It says Delilah. That Delilah spirit is in her, but she doesn't know how to move it because she is a Delilah spirit. She wants to know that she can pick on someone and harm them with her dealt mentality. Her head has been dealt with as a held down woman, mostly in the bedroom. Says, I was held down and I was forced to play along with people's parts, their penis. I was dealt in that way. I was told to suck the man's penis, and even told to play with myself and maybe even touch myself. I was told this. I was told to do things that I don't want to do. I was told to be there for my mind as well, but not tell anybody about it. And there is nothing I can do about this. I want myself to stop playing around with my mindset like that, like I'm stealing power of someone else's and using it for myself. I want myself to stop speaking about these things and stop talking about them, and mainly even look at myself like I've forgotten them. But I can't let go. I can't forget. I remember these things so much to the point it harms me. It hurts me. And I remember when I felt like I had to steal away the mindset and please another man for my own dignity and pride to be stolen from me. I could never harm myself again like that. But I warned myself I never gave that to my family, and I never gave myself that in a way that I continued. I just bother myself with this spirit that harms me. And if he's there, he better tell himself to move on, because I told him I don't want him there. But I realize he harms me, he hurts me, and he causes me pain. My mind tells me that, because I realize I don't deal with things in a good way. I keep him there in my mind, and I wonder, does he love me? Does he even care about me? And then I have to ask questions in that way. Why was I tidied in my head about it? Not to speak the words of rape. But why did he do that to me? And does he even care that I was done like that? Does he? But warning signs are there for you to stop behaving in a way that you have to look at it in that way. This woman would tell you off. Now, there's so much ways of talking about the situation and making it better in the mind. But one day you realize that karma comes to you as you don't listen to anyway. Which way it goes would never be the answer for you. Problem is you feel like they're all telling you off. And no one's telling you off other than yourself for laughing at them, for trying to tell you how to deal with it in your brain. Now, when you tell people off, it doesn't help. It doesn't help when you get told off is what you see, but it's not that mindset that they're using to tell you off. It says you are being told off in a way to stop practicing bad moods in your head, to lie to yourself, and continue to keep things in your brain in a way that a perspective is used to harm yourself. You keep being warned by the doctors, the nurses, and anyone that would tell you through a friendly matter to stop keeping mental health problems there. Everyone is trying to warn you of this, but you decided to turn into a ghosted mindset. A mind that would deny everything and become a warlock in peace and harmony in your mind to see that it was good for a man that troubled you in rape sexually to love you and instead love you instead of rape you. This man would never love you. He was never out to love you. And if you can't hear, you will understand in a way that your mother would say, you will feel the wrath from devils and spirits in a way that I had to when you warn yourself that you was not the only one. I had to go through it too. But I told you, I never wanted to feel love from a man that did that to me. It was always going to be a spirit that wanted me to do that. It was the man in me. The man in me said to me, I know that I love you. I don't love you is what I said. This man said to me he loves me, but he never loved me. Mr. Grant, he always loved someone else. He loved the child that was raped or murdered. He knows that I said to him I was dealt with this man in my mind in a childish way. My mentality told me I had to tell him things when I was young, and I told him many things, but I didn't want him to know that he was going to use it against me and my family, maybe even spiritually, as it's come out now in the children. Everyone says there's bad news for you, and the problem is that you will never get over the situation after you've given yourself time to look at it. But you've got to move on from the problem now And it says, Aquarius, if you are one of these people that are dealing with things in that way, you've got to move on. Stop keeping the man there in a way that punishment is no longer going to be the answer for the mindset of mean men, but you have to give them what it is that they came for. Instead, playing with you in your private area is not the answer. They will not want to know that they can love you if they want to play in your private area and freely take it from you too. Stop telling them that they must love you when they're not supposed to love you. You have to love yourself, and stop killing other people's joy when they don't love you because of love being not the answer for them through their mindsets to you after they've gotten to know you and see that they just don't love you. You've got to move on and stop playing with people's heads. You're playing with fire, it says. Manipulation. It says you keep playing with people and your mental health will fuck you up. And it does say your family members know this. Even child of yours knows this. People around you know this, but you keep playing with them. And it doesn't say it's good news. After all, you've gone to witchcraft to harm them because you don't want to see your head is never going to be simple and normal like anyone else's, in a way you can move past things and let it go. You trouble your mind to hold on so deeply and so tight to the point you've now called Satan to hold on to demons for you and kept you there in your mind about it. You will breathe fire on them as well to harm them about it just because you want to keep your mental health in laughing stock. Mental health problems like rape and people that keep people's mental health there to satisfy their need for the devil to be there to harm them. You've got to let go. Mental health problems is not easy, but you've got to let go. And if you still your mind today away from the demons, you'll have freedom in your brain to successfully move past it. But you've got to let go, and your name will be anywhere in the mind of yours. After biblical rituals have been there to help set you apart from the rest, you still seek murder in your head to harm yourself, and still can't harm yourself because you want to be dead, and then you don't absolutely need to be dead, and harm a family member instead of you, just to get pain or even revenge on hurt somebody instead of you. It says you are bad mood. You've got problems. The witnesses inside your head are going to tell you to stop picking on your child. You've been picking on a family member, and it says this child doesn't deserve to have any warning of problems in their head in that way. You've given them way too much than they can even understand or even fathom or even bear. And you've given yourself problems all this time in a way that you want the problem. You can't come out of this until you feel like you're dead. It says you're going to be dead one day soon after I deal with you in spirit. Wrath is upon you, and it says you're going to see yourself as a done for person if you're not careful. Look at yourself and see why. You are going to riddle your mind until death do you, and then you will realize, why the hell did you riddle your mind in such a way that you need love from a rapist? You are sick. It says you need help. Move on and stop trying to make the rapist love you. You will never get love from the rapist. Move on. Wow. That was so deep. That was so deep, Aquarius. Oh. Wow, 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 wow. It says pick on a paedophile. Go on. Why would you not pick on the paedophile? You keep picking on your child. You're laughed at. And this man says he sees everything about you that you keep picking on and can't pick on your mind about why you've picked on it. You've got to pick on your child instead. It says this man, whoever's doing voodoo for you, he says he sees everything. And he's laughing at you so much to the point he's even challenging you, because he's got to speak to you about the problems that you're going through and then tell you off too. But he's warning himself not to come and speak to you yet because he's dealing with mental health problems of you and your family member. Even when their trial and error problems are there, you've still paid him to do work on your behalf to harm them. And it says you are in trouble with God. Laugh at your family and make fun of them. You'll never do it again one day after I see you dead, because I'm waiting for my payment. And then you'll see your family member is not going to be laughed at. As you curl up and maybe even trial and error move on, I'm going to harm you again. This person is not going to be harmed after your demons are coming to take you down to the grave. But I warn you, I have to take my payment. So I'm going to laugh at you, your family members, and everyone until you see yourself. And then when you do, you're going to be in trouble by me. I'm going to make fun of you, and I'm going to continue to make fun of you forever until you die. Then leave your child alone, because your child is under attack by me, and I've warned myself to stop targeting her. But when I see that you are paying me, I've got to keep doing it. I've got to stop this now. But I understand I've said way too much, and I'm going to tell her, stop picking on you. And I don't know how to stop picking on her through this energy, but I'm going to pick on her again. And then I'm going to stop picking on you, because I've been picking on you and her, and I'm tired of both of you. So I'll leave you now to be, and I'll call you another day to speak about it, and I'll leave you alone tonight and tomorrow. But I know that I'm going to pick on you again soon, and I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to leave it there myself. Speak to you soon. Well, it looks like you, Aquarius, if it's not you, it's someone around you that is doing voodoo on family members because of some riddled pain. It's like someone's been hurt as a child or in their, their adolescence stage. And is taking it out on family members. This person could have been raped, it sounds like. And they seem to, wonder in the mind, like, why did this person do this to me? In a way where you didn't show me love. It's almost like the person wanted love from their rapist. And it troubles them from the childhood energy up until their adolescence. It troubles them from being, childhood up into their adult stage. And continues to trouble them into their old age. It continues to trouble them into the old age to the point where they're going to the grave now, and the spirit lives on in their mindset. Why didn't you love me? Why didn't you love me? Why didn't you love me? Why did you rape me? Why did you hurt me? Why didn't you love me? Now, it can be understandable in a way where it's like, all right, is this a parent that's done this? It's not understandable to some, though, in a way of the perspective that's being used, because it sounds like someone here wanted to be loved by this person and still maybe even receiving sexual energy from them, but in a way where it's like, well, you're my boyfriend, you're my partner. And it could be any perspective, depends on the scenario for the individuals. It sounds like there's different perspective for any, for individuals, but there is some names coming up and it's very specific. So for a particular person, it's like the person keeps asking for love from their rapist, it says. But it's like, instead of this person that's been receiving the harsh treatment or the abuse, to see it from a perspective of, I was abused and I can no longer sit down and allow this person to think it's okay to treat me that way. After receiving therapy, it looks like getting help from doctors, nurses, even friends and family members that love this person are showing them, look, what happened to you was wrong. It was abuse. It was bad, and you can't stay in the mindset, keep asking yourself questions like, why wasn't I loved? Why wasn't I loved by them? Why didn't they love me? Trying to help you see perspectives of coming out of the situation, okay? Giving you cognitive therapy, and still at the same time trying to be understanding with you, trying to empathize, sympathize, whatever it is, and maybe even trying some other methods to be a bit more stern with you. Nothing has worked, and sees that this situation has gotten so far in the mindset in a way that has been twisted and riddled, to only seeing why a person didn't love them, to now turn around and go and harm these same individuals that were trying to help you see a better perspective, to take your mindset out of it and get well, become healed in the mind from the trauma and the pain. But instead, it backfired on them. because this person that had received the abuse didn't want to listen, didn't want to hear, and went to all different kind of measures when felt like this person was receiving like a tell-off type of energy, instead of, almost like, well, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to listen to you. You could tell me things in this way, that way, that way, this way, that way, that way, this way. And I still wouldn't want to try and understand you. I still wouldn't want to hear you. I still wouldn't want to listen to you. And because you're making me feel upset because you're trying to tell me that I should listen to you, it feels like I'm being told off. Because it's coming through now in so many different ways of you trying to tell me from your mindset what it is that I must feel and how I must feel it, to the point where I feel like you are attacking me now. You're attacking my mind even more. You're attacking my mental health even more, and telling me that I should listen to things in your way, but it still hurts in the way that you're saying it, because I'm so hell bent and I'm so stuck and warlocked into my mindset, which is telling me that I have to listen to it in my way, or even telling you that I have to listen to things in my way, which is, I want to know why I wasn't loved by my abuser. I just don't care about anyone else's way of seeing things. I want to know why I wasn't loved. And Aquarius, or for the cross watch around Aquarius, and you may not even listen again, but you cannot ask that question to yourself again and again without an answer. Even the rapist doesn't have an answer, or the abuser doesn't have an answer to give you, other than, I like being an abuser. And it's not comprehending, because certain people will stay in that mindset like, well, why is the abuser an abuser? Like, why are they not like me? Everybody's different. No one's gonna be exactly the same. Yeah? The abuser is not going to be in the same mindset as you, because they don't want to. They just don't want to. It's like a narcissist is not going to be who you want them to be, because they're called a narcissist for a reason. That's what they are. In fact, the word narcissist is an actual diagnosis. Like, it's diagnosed as a disease, or a mental health problem, or a personality flaw. It's already been looked at, analyzed, and labeled as something. And it's like that thing can't change, or it might be able to change with some medication or even some type of treatment, but it doesn't always work. And it's the same thing, like if you've gone to the doctors with some type of disease or injury or problem, sometimes the doctor will turn around to you and say, you see that particular problem you have right there, that particular health issue that you have, it will never be healed. There's no cure for that problem. Okay? And then now what it's turned around is, it's affected you so much to the point where the mindset cannot be cured, because it's now you've turned into this person that's saying, well, why do they not love me? Why are they, it just keeps going around in circles. Why do they not love me? Why? Like a broken record. Now you have now turned around and become that uncured mind. Does that make sense? Like, that person has become that uncured mind, no matter what anybody tries to talk to them about in related to that situation, and how to take their mind or change their mindset from it. The mind can't be cured. It can't be healed. The trauma won't leave. It will never go away, because the person's so adamant to keep asking that same question for the rest of their life. Why was I harmed by you instead of loved? In fact, not even in that way. It's why don't you love me? It's so obsessed in and rooted in, why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? which is sad, but it's affecting other people now because there's now other things this person's gone to lamps to do, spells, rituals, other things. And then it can affect them in their bloodline as well. Like, maybe that child is finding it hard to even go and find real love in their life and has to answer the question that you're still asking yourself about the rapist. It's very deep. It's very, very deep, especially if that person's, scared of, things like rape as well. I'm very concerned about those things. It's very deep in now maybe that oldest child's mind as well. It's affecting them for a reason. But this situation needs to be analyzed a bit further. Don't really have much time to go into it much in this reading, but I will speak to you again in your next reading if it does come up, Aquarius, and I will touch base then. But I've got to leave now. Ciao for now, and look after yourselves and your minds. Take care. Bye bye.